Hi, my name is Gladys Montanez, and I am with the CCAC Social Work Program. It's my first digital video recording for open statements. Today, I'm going to be doing an intake interview with a potentially homeless individual. Hi, welcome. My name is Gladys, and you are?
Eric?
Eric. Eric, I'm working with the Homeless Coalition, and I would love to be able to talk to you for a few minutes if you have some time. I want to thank you for taking the time to come in today. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am recently divorced. I'm 50 years old, and I no longer have a place to live.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit about what you're experiencing? How are you meeting your basic needs? Are you getting food? Do you have a place to sleep? Where are you sleeping?
So I don't have a place to sleep. I spent last night in my car.
Okay.
My basic needs, I've been able to use a gym membership that I have to get a shower and cleaned up.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Yeah, but I've not been able to find a place to sleep at night.
Okay. You said you have a car. Have you been staying in your car?
I have when I need to. I've found a few places where I've been able to crash on a couch now and again,
Okay.
but most nights I've been spending in the car while I'm looking for a place to live.
Okay. And what have you done as far as trying to find a place to stay? Do you have any friends, any family members that you might be able to stay with in the interim?
Yeah, I have been estranged from my family. I haven't spoken to any of them in 10 years, my mother or my brothers and sisters. And they're all out of state anyhow, so that would be difficult for me to go there. Friends, they're in tough situations. Like I said, I get the occasional couch, but I haven't been able to get a permanent location with anyone. And so the car is the only dependable solution that I've got.
Okay. So I'm not going to take a lot of your time today, but I'd like to be able to talk a little bit more with you about what I'm hearing, okay? Because in spite of the fact that you are experiencing homelessness, I believe that there are some things that you do have in your hands that you can use in a positive way. For instance, I'm sorry that you're going to through a divorce right now. I can imagine how painful that must be. And you said you had children?
Yes, 3 children.
3 children. Are your children grown? Are they small?
Yes, they're both. I have a 31-year-old daughter, a 22-year-old son, and a 6-year-old son as well.
Okay. And are they around?
My daughter is no longer in the area. She's moved out. My sons live with my ex-wife.
Okay. And the 6-year-old, I imagine, is also with your ex-wife.
Yeah.
Your 31-year-old, you said she's out of town, as in out of the
Chicago.
state?
She's in
Okay.
Chicago.
Yeah, she's pretty far away.
Yes.
Okay. So you have 3 children. You also stated you have a car.
Yes.
Are you employed?
Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful. Most of the homeless population that I talk to aren't able to have or keep a job. So you're employed and you have not been able to obtain a place to live because
My credit history has been a problem.
Okay.
I've applied for multiple rental units. I'm looking at fairly inexpensive units, but when they run my credit history, due to the separation, the divorce, the multiple things going on in my life, my credit history has taken a pretty big hit.
Yeah, I can understand how that could be an issue. Have you called any landlords to see if they would be willing to work with you?
I've applied to a lot of places and talked to the folks that I meet with, but I don't know any landlords off the top of my head that I could call.
Okay. Um, And friends, you said you do couch surfing every now and then. Is there anyone that you would be able to stay with for a period of time if you were to help financially?
I did have it lined up to do that, and with a friend, most people, they have families and they're not looking to add another person, but I do have a friend that I spoke to, and we were almost set to have it happen, but then there was a change in plans, and his son needed to stay in the home, and so I wasn't able to move into the room that would have been available to me.
Okay, I understand. Have you considered going into a shelter?
That's where I'm at right now. Is that I've exhausted everything that I have, so I was looking at a shelter, and that's why I reached out to the Homeless Coalition.
Okay, wonderful. I can tell you that there probably is space for you at the homeless shelter if you were to need that. As far as your basic needs are concerned, you did state that you have a gym membership, which you're able to shower there, which I think that's great that you have come up with that. Not too many people can think that through. But here's the thing. At this point, I have no solutions for you, but I'm going to challenge you to use the resources that you do have available to you right now. For instance, you do have employment, okay, which is great. You want to keep up with that employment. The finances are going to be key in order for you to move on. You do have a vehicle, and while it doesn't sound good or comfortable or anything like that, you do have a vehicle that you can keep yourself sheltered in the case that there wouldn't be any space at a shelter for you. The other thing is that you said you do have some friends that would be able to allow you to couch surf. I would say try the shelter. You have been staying in your vehicle, so try the shelter, see if there's any space there. In the meantime, I would say continue talking to your friends to see if any of them would be willing to split some costs with you. It could be an opportunity for you. The other thing would be some landlords. I may have a list of landlords back in my office that may be willing to work with you because you're employed. You may have sufficient income to be able to meet the criteria for that.
That would be fantastic.
And the other thing would be is that while I'm looking for landlords that may be able to help you, you may also want to be looking for a few of your friends who would be willing to work with you. And maybe we can meet back in a couple weeks and see how things are going for you, see what strides you've made, the progress, and we can compare our notes and see, were you able to find a friend who was willing to share costs with you? Or was I able to find a landlord that would be able
How soon
to
can you
assist
give me
you?
that list of landlords?
When would be a good time to meet again?
As soon as possible for me, because I'm trying every avenue I can.
Okay, so if you could give me at least a week, and we could meet up again, this would be the perfect place to meet up with again. And yeah, I will bring all the resources that I can, and you bring me your progress report. How's that?
That sounds like a good
Okay.
plan.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate you opening up to me. I know it must be hard, and I look forward to meeting up with you again.
Thank you.